Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Today I have got an array of items and I am going to make some texture plates for my jelly plate. So I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got this plastic stuff that's I think it's used for like a kind of mesh for DIY and chicken huts and things like that. I've got some burlap, I've got some string, I've got some grip liner for your drawers and your shelves and stuff, lace, some diamante, mesh, polystyrene, bits of wooden embellishments that I haven't used. I've got some art stones, I've got some redesign with Prima stencil rolls. That's the pattern for that one, and I've also got that one as well. So I'm gonna see how they work because they're quite thin. I might have to double layer them just to give them something to sort of like a raised area. I've also got some of my thick foam sticky back self-adhesive, really dense foam that is. I've got some rope with lots of texture on. I also have some jute string, which is a little bit more of an open weave than the burlap. And I've got my more self-adhesive foam pack from Amazon. I've also got another mesh backing thicker foam. So let's get started. I'm gonna cut some shapes out of the foam. I've just cut this heart out and stuck it on some cardboard, but I'm gonna cut some shapes out off of camera because so I've cut a few shapes out and got some swirly lines, same length as my 6-inch jelly plate, and a couple of squares, some triangles. So now I'm just going to stick these triangles just anywhere. Make any shapes at all. It's really sticky stuff. But it gives an amazing impression because it's so dense. Definitely got some of the best prints using this foam. I don't only use them on my jelly plate. I use them in my art journaling as well. And there's that one there. You can cut round, like take out the little spaces if you want, but the foam is so thick that it doesn't really matter. So now I'm going to just take that bit off because I want it all the same height, and that one's a little bit higher. Right, so I've got one that is like that, but I think I'm gonna just make one with don't have to be square, don't have to be exact. And there you go, there's another stamp. Jumper's off, apologise to anybody, but it's way too hot in my conservatory to keep my jumper on, so So I've got a bigger bit of cardboard, and like I said, I've cut these so that they're just a little bit bigger than my 6x6 plate. I wouldn't worry too much about the frays. They're not going to affect the stamp. But just tuck them under if you don't want them showing. And leave a little gap. And then you have your wavy stamp for your plate. I'd say it would even work on a 5x7 as well. So that's, so far I've made 4 stamps, 4 foam stamps to use on my jelly plate. I'm now going to use I'm going to use some lace. These I'm going to let dry for a while because I'm going to put them on with a thin layer of Mod Podge, because I don't want the Mod Podge to come through and change the effect. So like I said, give it a good 12 hours to make sure it's really stuck down. That should do it. Oh, no, make it a little bit bigger. Don't want any bits coming up. I mean, one of the easiest things to make would be just to rip a layer off and use the corrugated part of the cardboard. Don't want that long bit. I haven't used lace before, so I'm intrigued to see how this is going to work. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't want it to be too long. So, plus I want these to dry, like I said, a good 12 hours. I think this one, because it's very smaller. So, but then it's kind of the same thickness as a texture plate, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut round and take most of this cardboard off. But I'll do that once it's dry. And then I want to do one with, I've got some of this absolutely stunning rose ribbon. I've had it for years and years. Like I've said before, my YouTube channel is nearly 10 years old this year. And right back in the beginning, like 8 years ago, I was using this on all of my mixed media projects. So unfortunately, I couldn't tell you. I do not remember where I got it from. But I'm sure things like this, eBay, Etsy, you'll definitely find. It's just, I think I just searched like rose trim. That was it. So, or rose ribbon trim, if you're interested. But I think I'm going to stick, so 1, 2, so 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Stick this down. I don't know how long these will last, because it's fabric, so I don't know. I wouldn't have thought the paint would. Probably you'll get a couple of prints out of it. But you know, the trim's I've got quite a bit, so I can just make another one. If I like the print. That's if it prints at all. It might not make any prints. but it's all worth a try if one day you get the most amazing print. I know, I'll be well chuffed. I suppose it's the same as any texture really, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if it will make, it might make the swirl print. It might just look like you've just crumpled up a carrier bag and sort of use that as a bit of texture. But like I said, everything's worth a try. I've got so much stuff around my craft room that is definitely worth trying out. Take that bit off. Right, so I'm going to let that dry. To be honest, it probably won't even take that long in this heat. My conservatory is so warm. Straighten that off. If you've got any, if you've made any of your own foam stamps or stamps with anything, I'd love to hear what you've made. If you want to leave a comment down below, let me know what you made, what you used, how they printed. Love to hear it. Right, so this one I am going to stick down some of my diamante ribbon. Diamante. Put that on there. I mean, that's a nice, completely different to that one, but it's a nice texture. I mean, look, that, see, it's nearly dried already. And I don't know how long. My phone doesn't tend to like the heat, so I don't know how long it's going to last for. I can't actually see my screen at the minute because for some reason it's gone really dark, so I'm hoping it's still filming. There's another one, let that dry. And I think I might chuck some more on. Because it is so much like paper mache, I'll put another bit just over here. And it's all squidgy, so just make sure all the bits. I could got a kitchen roll, and I could just make dents. There you go. And then you could let me use one of my lids off of my sprays, so you could go and just make dents, and it will dry. It will dry like that. I don't know how it will print because it's not very thick. I mean, it will make a nice texture. Push that down. But it's worth a try. We'll give it a go. Anything's worth a try. Like I said, it could be it could make a really good stamp, and you could be sitting there thinking that's not going to work, and then you print it and it's amazing. So I saw this morning on YouTube, and I can't for the life of me remember who posted it, but I will go back through my watched videos and I will link it down below. And it was just a kitchen roll with string. Absolutely amazing. Trim it. I didn't see how the lady made it, so I don't know if she went over it with some glue, but I am going to, just to sort of reinforce it really. And it should protect it from the paint as well. Not all over it, just over certain spots. Like I said, just a thin layer. Right, I'm back. Took a little break because it was too hot and my phone didn't like it at all. So I'm going to give you a little recap on some of the stamps that I made this morning out of stuff I've got around my craft room. So I have this one. I'm just going to cut the little wispy bits off at the end. So I've got that one. I did a long burlap strip. I stuck some string on some card just for a texture. I peeled back. I didn't do all of it because I kind of like, I like that whether it's not all peeled back. And then I have the, which I can actually cut now because it's dried. So try and get as close to the lace as you can, because you don't want, because it's quite close to the cardboard, you don't want printing of the cardboard. So there's the lace. I've got a bigger burlap. Yeah, I don't know if the circles, and now that's dried, I don't know if the circles are going to show up or not, that I printed in it, because they seem to have disappeared. There's one there, there's one there. But we'll see when we print it. I've also got my diamante strip and my 4 heavy dense foam stamps. So got a fair few to be playing with. But now I am going to, oh, and I've got my kitchen roll that's all stuck on there now, so that's going to make some nice texture. But first off, I am going to, I'm going to make a few more stamps out of my self-adhesive foam. You can use, some punches work on this self-adhesive foam, but some of my punches are, it's too thick for it, so it won't go through the punch. But what you could also do is, I'm going to take some of this mesh. And if you get your heat gun, excuse the noise, and then get something over the top. Actually, let me try one of my, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that impression? Get a slight impression, and then afterwards just take the back off. If I can grab it and stick it to your card. There's another one. Right, so now we've got our circles, and it's just peel off the backing. Same as the stars I did in my other video, really. And just, I mean, don't get me wrong, these are nowhere near circles, but hey ho. Who cares? And the good thing about this foam is it squishes, so we could put the little ones on random large ones and see if that gives a different image. I'm all for trying new things. Right, let's cut this one up because I need a smaller one to go in that corner. Like I said, until I want a smaller one to go on there, then how brilliant would that be? That you can make all these at home. So there's another stamp. And I think that's about it for today for the homemade stamps. I might quickly do a video of me using them, to be honest, and post that tomorrow or Tuesday. See how it goes. Thanks everybody for coming over. Hope you stuck with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and drop a comment down below as well. Let me know what you think, or what you use to make your stamps, or what you use on your jelly plates. I'd love to hear. So thanks everybody. Have a good weekend and take care.